Okay, we are live. And we are live. Welcome, everybody. So I'm changing the title. Photography. Welcome, everybody. Good evening, and yes, we are live. Welcome to tonight's. Hey, Mark Sichu, what's up? Gilbert, how are you doing? As usual, Anna is first, followed by Gilbert and Mark Sichu. Welcome, guys. So tonight we have Catalyst on here. Let me just send the invite link so Catalyst can join right away. How are you all doing? How was your day? 1 second. Okay, that's cool. So we have Catalyst on for tonight, and don't forget to drop your thumbs up as you come in. And oh no, that's not what I want. Okay. Hey, Catalyst, you're already here. Wow. Young man. Hold on, let me pick up my headset. Looks
What's
like
up? What's going on?
You were already here waiting for me. Wow, that's lovely. If everybody can be on time like Catalyst, life would be very, very. So welcome.
Charlie.
Yeah,
How
Anna,
is it?
more dimple. My beard has hidden my dimple, but it still shows. Okay, so guys, welcome to tonight's live stream. Catalyst, you have a long journey ahead of you. You know, yes, I started a shoot, and unfortunately I haven't ended, so I will need to hand over affairs to you so I can just go finish it within 10 minutes, and then I'll be back to join. You have 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes. In fact, the whole session is yours, so go ahead, and then I wish there's a way I can just leave. Let me see if I take off my screen. Hold on. Okay, then. Oh wait, I was looking at a way to make only you, like just you on the screen, but it looks like it's impossible unless I take myself out. I wanted to give you the whole screen so that you take care of stuff. I think that should be possible. Hold on. Let me see. Solo layout. Awesome. So Catalyst, you're alone on the screen now, right?
Oh, why do you want me to be alone here?
Yes, because I'm going to end my shoot. It will take me about 10-15 minutes so that when people come, they know it won't be that nice seeing a blank screen at my end.
But then if I want to
So let
share
me
my
give you
screen, I can't share the screen.
Oh, you want? Okay, so share your screen. Let me add it now so that hi Voklam, how are you doing? Evans, welcome. Yeah, so Kata, you can share your screen now so that I'll enable it. Then you can. You bab?
No.
You don't bab?
At least let's start the thing, then you can leave.
Okay, yes. I was looking at ways to make it so that it will be that. Okay, so I'm yet to go share it out. As usual, I have to share it out to people on there. So I think I'll do that after your introduction. So guys, welcome. There are a few people here. Welcome to tonight's edition. I would wish Yeah, tell him he's not alone. You guys are with him. I would wish everybody could just subscribe and turn on notifications so that when we go live, you just get to see it and then come on here like all the other guys here. It's very tiring if I have to go through WhatsApp groups and then send the links and all that. So let's all try and I mean, you guys here already have done the right thing. It's left with the others. If we all subscribe and then turn on notification, then there will be no need for me to have to be sharing the links in groups. So Catalyst, why have you run away?
Oh, I went to get myself
Some
quick water.
juice, and yes, it's not easy talking and all that. So yes, that
Yeah.
juice is
The
well
gym
deserved.
opened today, so I went to do some quick 1 hour.
The gym opened. Wow, shall I miss working out, man? I
Try.
really miss working out. But
See
then
all
all
my
the same,
my pie.
yeah, what? Oh wow, nice, nice.
Mm.
Okay, guys, so welcome to tonight's edition. We are going to be talking about photography, business, and taxes. I mean, I don't have to do much. I don't need to do much talking because Catalyst is going to take you guys through all these things. So let's leave the floor to Catalyst so he takes us away. Catalyst, please
Yeah.
carry on. The floor is all yours. So I'm doing the sharing in the background. So just carry on.
Yeah. Well, I think for now let's just talk because I want to talk to people. It's not a lecture. So we just want to know
Okay.
people's thoughts. Like what do they expect from today? What are their
Okay. So guys,
expectations?
you got it.
So that we can
Catalyst
discuss
wants to know what your
around,
expectations
yeah,
are.
we can discuss around their expectations. Maybe somebody is expecting that
Yes, I
I'll pay their taxes for them so that we can tell them that no, please, we are not paying people's taxes here. So we need to be clear on the
yes,
expectation, what people are expecting. And then if they have
yes,
any
I prefer
questions,
it
then
when yes, I prefer it when people are involved, because this whole thing is about people. So if you guys can tell us what exactly your problems are or what you want us to touch on, that would be better. So I prefer it to be interactive. We could have recorded this video and then put it online. But we want you guys to be involved. We don't want it to be just like we've done everything, cut it, and then just put it there. You get it? So you guys should
yeah,
get involved. Let us know what things you expect, like by the end of this session, what you want to know. Maybe you've had some experiences that you want us to touch on or something like that. You get it? So please get involved. The chat session is for you. Just type in, if you have questions, type them in. If you have suggestions, you can also contribute. The fact that you are not on the screen here doesn't mean you're not part. Everybody is, just that we can't have everybody on here. We need it to be controlled. That's how can we have specific people coming on. All right. So keep your questions coming. If you have suggestions and all that, keep them coming also. Right. So the thing is,
exactly.
Catalyst,
Yeah,
when I started, I didn't have somebody to take me through like the do's and don'ts about the business aspects, like register a company or get yourself a bank account for separate from your personal one for the company and all those things. I didn't get anybody to lecture me on all these things, so I made some mistakes. Not some, I made lots of mistakes, especially when it had to do with separating my personal expenditure from the company expenditure and all those things. So I would want us to take our young ones, and then some are here who are not young ones also, but they've been in the business for some time, but they need guidance and all those things. So these are some of the things, like the business registration procedure. When are we eligible to pay tax? How, all those things, the do's, the hows, the whens, and all those things.
it's like the way people are quiet. I think all the professionals are there. Oh, they are watching their live because I see a number of people watching, but then nobody has a problem. It's like people are coming to the hospital
Yes,
to come see how things are going.
I've had some people send me some recommendations, or is it commendation? Yes, commending us for the job we are doing and all that. As in, you know, when anytime you sit there, you catalyst especially, when you sit there and you start talking, it's like they just want to listen to you. They don't want to ask questions, nothing. They
Oh,
want to
because I
listen
talk.
to,
Is it because I
what
talk
you
by
have.
heart or
No, because to them, you like in it, you are always
I'm a-
hitting the nail, yeah, the nail right on the head. Like you're always giving them
oh, so
exactly
you're
what
trying
they
to
want.
tell
So
me
there's
that
no need.
I'm a carpenter. So all this while you've been seeing
It's
me as a carpenter, hitting
that's what
the nail on the head. Hmm.
that's what they have been saying. Or it's not me.
Oh, but today, to be honest, it's not just going to be figures and all those taxes, the rates, and all of those things. Not really, because let me be honest with you. All those things are provided there. They are just lying there somewhere. You take them, you do it. Most of the job actually is not done by the photographer in terms of what's your tax rate and how much tax you are supposed to pay. It's not really done much by it. But then the way you structure your business is really important before even the taxes. Because if your business is not structured well, it might look like you are making a lot of profit, but
Mm,
then maybe you are not. And because taxes are based on the profit and the revenue you are making, you end up paying taxes you are not even supposed to pay.
mm,
Or someone will tell you that, hey, you are supposed to pay you 2,000, but we'll take 1,000 as tax. And because you have no idea of what's going on, you go like, okay, well, I don't want any problem with the government, so let me move on. One thing I'll touch on is I'm trying to look at it as simple as possible because
mm.
some of the audience are not just from Ghana. So I'm trying
That's
as
true.
much as possible to give an overview of the photography business and taxes in general. I might go specific a little bit because I've spent more time in Ghana, but then everything I say it's going to be effective wherever you are because it's key. So I'm going to spend a bit more time on the photography business so that once you've shaped it up well, it's easy for you to go with any legislation that comes your way. It's simple, cry. So I'll just share my screen so that in case you disappear, we know we are safe.
Okay. Yes, I was just waiting for you to do that so that I can disappear.
Oh, where is it?
Okay, so Ivan says, don't know much about the tax, don't know much about the tax system, but the Ghana tax system, but I'm interested in knowing how it works. Who knows? Who knows? I might be moving back home someday, surely. All right, so Catalyst, your screen has been added.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure it fits.
Okay, so Catalyst, Nene is saying you are getting bigger and bigger. So that means this is someone who knew you personally. Is it bigger, like in person? Okay, so I think I need to take the topic off, right?
No, I am trying to fit everything in.
Okay, but if I leave the topic there, won't it interfere with your presentation? The size,
My look is very big. Why? Why is it so big?
the topic.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, I've hidden it.
Can't you let the topic be scrolling together with?
No,
Don't
only one
forget.
can scroll. So
Okay.
maybe only the topic can scroll, or only the don't forget thing.
Who is the Nene
Nene.
telling us that Charlie? I'm getting big ass in. It's not me, oh, Charlie. Some cheeks. I don't know where they are from. I think because I have not been exercising for a long time. So and the beard is making it look like I have big cheeks and jaws. Don't worry, very soon, in less than a week, I'm going to take all this nonsense off.
We will be waiting for that.
I was protesting.
Hmm. Okay, so guys, Catalyst has you for this evening, and as I said, I was in the middle of a shoot, so I'll just go back to the shoot whilst I leave the wheels for Catalyst. So Catalyst, carry
But I
on.
wonder why you have a shoot today when we have a very very
No,
important.
it was delayed. It should have ended like 2 hours ago, but it was delayed. So I'll be done in less than 10 minutes. Then I'll join you back.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
Now I can't share. You see,
You are there. You are there. I was trying something, but you are there.
okay. So it looks like you just have to mute yours and then you go for your shoot. You can also put your video off so that we don't see too much of your room. Okay, everybody, let's just dive right in so that we don't spend much time here. So what you are seeing right now is an example of a typical example of what a photographer will be going through on a day to day. So for instance, you have all these descriptions. You have maybe you pay a second shooter for assisting you, you buy a camera, you pay for Facebook boost, you pay for website design, pay for hosting, buy a light stand. All of these things are things that you'll be purchasing. You buy camera gears and all of that. Another thing is you'll be getting paid for weddings, you'll be getting paid for photo shoots, pre-birthday and all of that. These are some of the things that initially a photographer will go through and then will be receiving from time to time. When you start up, it could be like a side gig, or it could be you started out like full time. Sometimes you even start as a hobby and people want to start paying you and stuff like that. So these are just basic things that you would be experiencing. Now, I just want us to just do a quick exercise where we'll be looking at 6 stages of the photography business. I would like as much as possible, if we talk about a stage and that's the stage you are in, you just put it there. If it's stage one, you just put it in the comment section, stage one or stage two or stage six. So I know fairly the kind of audience that we are dealing with today. So let's look at stage one. Let's say you you have the passion. So the goal is you are following the passion. You want to learn photography. You want to get clients. Um, let's look at the question you'll be asking yourself. Like, can you really make a living from this passion that you have? Why would anyone hire you? And how do you get even your first client? Then you stick with the problem. Some of the problem is maybe you are lacking the skill. You don't have the required skill set to shoot huge billboard commercials, and you feel so insecure. Like anytime you are going for a shoot, you want you want someone to go with you. You want someone who has been in the game for a long time to be with you. You are really unsure what you are doing. So someone calls you, oh, I want a pre-birthday shoot. And then you try to call your mentor, like, this is the case. I have this shoot, but I don't know what to do. Can you escort me or something like that? Now, one of the things is at the end of the day, you want to have the confidence to serve your clients. You want to learn why your clients hire you and then you help them. And then you want to see a path towards having a dream. So this is stage one. Well, if you feel that's the stage you are in, you just comment there, that's stage one, so that I know exactly which stage you are in. It's really important to know which stage so that you don't have to worry yourself about certain things, because I'm going to tackle each stage and some of the things that goes through it. So if you're in stage one, please let me know that you're in stage one. Let's look at stage two. So you started shooting. Your goal is to produce work that you can share for people to see on Instagram and then feel like you have the potential. You want to get potential clients to hire you because now you've studied the skill a little bit and then you feel you've gotten to the stage where You want people to start noticing you, to hire you, to book you for jobs. Um, some of the questions you are probably asking yourself is, will my clients be proud to share my work? Would they want to put those pictures that you took for them, would they want to put it on social media? How do you even sell without really selling yourself out? Now, how do I get consistent clients? Because you don't want someone to shoot with you and then the next day they are not coming back anymore. Your work was not really the best. So they refuse to come. Your skills are not there yet. It's like you are not really sure. I can retouch, but it's not really that good. Um, you don't value your time. You feel like you spent 2 hours to shoot, but you didn't really get what you want. You struggle to close new clients. Like someone calls you, I want you to come and shoot this gig for me. And then you mention a price and they are skeptical saying, considering your work, I'm not really sure. But at the end of the day, what you want to successfully get from this stage is you want clients to hang your work in their homes. You want to take pride in your work and skill. You want to close all the clients that you speak with. Anytime someone calls you, you know you are getting that gig. That's stage two. If you're in stage two, let me know because I'm marking them down. So, Sly, are you saying that you're in stage two or you're saying you are here as in you are online now? So peculiar pictures, I've noted it down. Stage two. Uh, Berima is in stage one. Now let's go to stage three, which means a lot of people are in higher stages. That's good news. Now stage three. Evans is in stage two. Let's look at stage three. Stage three is the goal is you want to start paying yourself. You want to have consistent clients, clients that will call you every weekend, clients that you know you are working with. The questions you are beginning to ask yourself is, when do I get to keep some of this money? How do I sell without selling out? Again, am I really capable of being a professional? You are beginning to ask yourself questions. The problem now at this stage is you are looking at not making enough money to pay your bills. You are shooting, you are probably getting clients to work with, but the money is not enough to pay your bills. And you're still not sure where to get new clients regularly. It's like you're depending on the same old clients to give you a job. You still don't believe in yourself. Like you can say, oh, as for me, outdoor, I'm good. When it comes to studio, I'm a bit shaky. So you're beginning to still have doubts in you. Uh, you want to get to the point where after your expenses, you can have like 3,000 as profit every month. You want to cover all your bills for like 6 months in a row. You want to make money. That's the hope that you want to do. If you are really in this stage, then you are in that twilight zone because the goal is you want to pay yourself. I know it's difficult to achieve this a bit, but if you're in stage three, I'll be glad if you just write it stage three. It's really necessary. Now let's be honest to ourselves. If you're in stage one, you write it stage one. Yeah, so Pukwa is asking why are we saying stage one or stage two? Now let me explain stage one. So let's say stage one is when you've developed a passion for photography. You want to learn photography, you want to get clients. You're thinking if you can make a living out of photography. You're thinking why someone will hire you, but then you lack the skills. You are really insecure about your position, like you're unsure if this is really for you. So basically it's for people who have passion for it. Now stage two is now you have the passion, you've gotten the camera, you're learning it, But then when someone calls you for a gig, you are really unsure. Like, is my work really this good? You are a bit scared. You don't know how to even get clients and stuff like that. So you are really unsure about yourself. Will someone like your work? Will someone call you back once they call you for a shoot? Now, stage three is clients are coming in, some are staying, but you are really unsure about yourself. You don't really believe in yourself that you can achieve certain kind of shoots or that you can charge certain kind of amount. But then your goal is at the end of the day, you want to make a profit of about 3,000 per month, or you can be able to pay your bills. But the problem right now is you are not making enough to pay your bills. You are still not sure where to get like new clients. You don't really believe yourself. But then things are going well. Things are going well. You're getting clients, you're getting hired, and all of that. So if you are in stage three, let me know. So no one has commented stage three. Then how do we even go to stage four? Okay. Now stage four, you go from worker B to CEO. Now you have people, you have a whole business running. Normally this works, Gilbert, great. So normally stage four works for the wedding guys, because then you have a company, people are calling you, and then you are able to say, you go take this wedding, you go take this gig, go take that gig. Your personal and then your professional balance, you're able to balance work life properly. You are growing in the business. Now, can anybody do this as well as me? These are the questions you're asking. So you're asking yourself, is someone as good as me out there who can take my jobs? Or can I have a thriving business and personal life? Because now the jobs are coming. Constantly, you're getting calls. People are calling you, booking you every week, week in, week out. So you're on top of your game. And now you're scared because someone can come take over the game. So stage four is really delicate. I know a couple of friends who are in stage four. The problem is you're confident in yourself, but not in others. So when you are called for a wedding, you know if you go to shoot, you are going to shoot, you are going to you are killing it that day. But then you are scared if you are not available, if you give it to somebody else, the person might mess it up. So you don't really trust the people you are working with to that extent. You are not really confident in them. The problem, another problem is you are sacrificing your personal health for business. You are not sleeping. Every time you are editing, every time you're on the road, you are working. You don't understand the system. You don't understand staffing. Like, how do you manage people? How do you control people? You don't understand why someone should be late coming to the office. Like, you are so confused about it. You tell someone we have a wedding at 7, and then the person has the SD card, comes in, says, I forgot the SD card. Like, you don't understand how staffing goes. Like, do I have to recruit photographers, or I just need to have people I can call when I need them? So you are just in the balance. Now your profit, you want to get to the point where you have one full-time employee, someone who is always in the office. So you have an editor who is always coming in to edit. You pay the person. You want to take care of yourself. You want your revenue figures to hit top notch. That's stage four. Seboni, stage four. Cool. Last time, Seboni, you said you are an underground photographer, and then you are in stage four. Now, stage five, you want to get out of the day to day. It's tiring. Now you want to feel relaxed. You want to attract big clients, a client that can pay you say 100,000 one time, and then you are relaxed. You want people to come to you begging, please, I want you to shoot my wedding because you are the guy. You have the money, you have the freedom. Your worry is how can you build a strong team? How do you get clients that don't care about cost? Once you mention 200,000, you're like, I don't care, just do the job for me. How do you even spread your passion? How do you let people embrace the things that you're doing? However, your management skills are totally different from photo skills. Now you are being a whole manager. You have to manage accounts, you have to manage budget, you have to create a system where you can get these clients. You are looking at paying yourself huge money. You want to have time for fun outside of business because you don't always want to be editing, shooting. So stage 5 is that kind of stage where you are thinking of how do I teach people what I know? Because for me, one job, 3 jobs a month is fine, or 5 jobs or 10 jobs in a year, and I can hit 1 million. Like, I have no problems like that. You want to get to that stage. Now, stage 6, which is the final stage, team ownership. You have a business running that can do without you. Even if you are not there, it's still running. Everything is going as planned. So I realized I'm not seeing stage 5 from anyone. I'm not seeing stage 6 from anyone, which means we are all looking at how we can get from, most people are in stage 2, some are in stage 3, and then some are in stage 4. Excellent. So now this is where our discussions go in. How do you get to stage 4, stage 5, stage 6? You need to have structure. How do you get those structures? These are some of the things you are going to look at for the next 30 minutes. Please, if you have any questions, you can put them there. I'll note them down. And as soon as Michael comes in, we'll start with the questions. And if there's any clarification you need on any topic or any subject I'm touching on, you can put it there. I'll go back and then explain. We are here because we want to give you the best possible explanation. So Michael is back. I don't know whether he was gymming or no, you are on mute, Michael.
I could hear you talking about me in my head. So I'm sure you were talking about me. Sir Bonnie, what's up?
Yeah, so Michael,
Pokuya, what's up? Berima, yeah.
Basically, we started by looking at the stages in photography where people
you don't need to go over for my sake. You don't need to
No,
go
I'm
over
not
for
going
my
over
sake.
for your sake because we want to address where people are at the stage they are now.
Okay.
And we found out that most people are in stage 2. So I'm hoping stage 2 has a lot of questions because this is stage 2.
Okay, I think most people here are saying stage 3. I see most of them saying stage 3, 3,
No,
3,
so I
3.
took it stage by stage, and if you fall within that stage, then you comment there. So stage 2 and stage 3 were there for most people. So people are looking to enhance their work and book more clients, and people are looking to start paying themselves and have consistent clients, which is excellent. But then everybody wants to get to stage 6 and 5, where your business can run even without you. So now I'm going to look at
like how the live session was running without me.
Oh, so you're in stage 6. So we are going to look at 2 things, 2 models that is used in business to look at how you can manage expectations.
All right.
Now we are looking at the external forces and we are looking at internal forces. I'm going to look at the external first, then I'll look at the internal. But then every business model is as simple as this. When you register for your tax ID or your business name, then you register with the tax authorities, then you start charging clients for fees and you start making purchases. Then you enjoy your earnings or you reinvest. So it's as simple as that. Just these four blocks. That's the whole idea of a simple business model. You do your registrations, you get your clients, they pay, you make payments, and then you enjoy your profit. It's that simple, right?
Very, very simple.
But then the difficulty comes in here. These two are legal stuff. They are not really in your hands. When you do your registration, you are done. That's the legal stuff. Now, this is the part where you have to focus on in order to increase your profit or increase your earnings, or you make a loss and your business runs down and you are out. So this is one of the most important things. After getting your money, whatever you want to do with it, it's up to you. If you want to mess up your business, it's all up to you at this point. But if you don't get a profit, you can't even get to this point. There's nothing like enjoyment. Then that one, you are heading towards the men's good department.
Hey, please, oh.
I'm sorry. So now let's look at the two models. I hope everyone can see it. I couldn't really get a good picture. This is what I got. So,
Yes, from
Michael,
where I am, I can see it.
can you confirm from your phone if you can see it?
Okay, hold on 1 second.
If you can see it, please comment that you can see.
Yes. Okay, from my phone, yes, I can see it. But let's, guys, if you can see it, well, just let's know that yes, you can see it. But from my phone, I can, as it shows here, everything shows very well. But let's confirm from the other people.
Well, for my phone too, I can see it, but well, I mean, my phone is a bullying phone, so.
Queen Shatter, welcome. So I think,
So Berima is saying it's visible.
guys,
All right.
it's visible. Yeah, Queen too says she can see. Vinny can see. So carry on.
All right. So this model is what we call Potter's five forces. Well, forget about the name. It's more of the substance, which is important. So you are looking at these five models. Before you start your photography business, these five models are what will even determine how much you can charge a client. All of these. So you don't just say that, well, in the US, you can get $5,000 for a wedding. So in Ghana, you are going to charge a wedding $5,000. You might fail. So now let's look at it one by one. You see the industry rivalry. That is the one in the circle. Now, this is if you're already in the business. If you're already in the business, you are looking at industry rivalry. Now, we normally use the word competition, but it's not competition, it's rivalry. I am in rivalry with Ghananie, but it doesn't mean we are in competition. He has his clients and I have my clients. If all things being good, he would have wished he has my clients too. And I would have wished I have his clients too.
That's right.
Now, I will try as much as possible to increase the service the quality of the service I give to my clients so that I can win some of his clients over. And he will also do the same. Now, if I try to cut him off, go outside there, destroy his name, that's witchcraft. No, I'm just making
Big
it
time.
clear. That's witchcraft. So those in the industry are experiencing industry rivalry. Now, those outside who are coming in are new entrants. So when you look here, The threat of entrance. So those who are already in the industry, they are scared of those who are coming in, those new boys, because they are coming in with a whole new level of passion. The passion they are coming in with is next level. So they're already scared. Secondly, you have to be scared of the threat of substitute. Substitute here looks like a big word, but we are just talking about the phones. In photography, you are looking at the phones, the threat of these phones, where iPhone will come and tell you that there are 3 cameras. So it can give you depth of field. Then, as a photographer, you are scared because depth of field was one of our selling points. When people used to ask, "Hey, how do you blur the back?" Now people pick their phones, they take the picture and they even blur it after taking the picture.
Mm-hmm.
So that threat is there, and that threat is real. If you are not looking at that threat, you might end up being out of the industry. So you are looking at the threat of the new people joining in. You are looking at the threat of other products that are trying to make your job what obsolete. So you are looking at phones coming in. If your selling point to clients is the fact that you blur background, you shoot all your pictures f1.4, but then you don't retouch, you don't do anything, then you are scared because if these phones are doing the same thing, someone would rather go take the phone and take a picture, and it won't look any different from the picture you want the person to pay extra for. The other threat is the bargaining power of the buyers, the bargaining power of your client. Your client says, "Look, in the market, I can get someone to shoot." In fact, half of the people shooting in the market are what? Are charging 2,000 cedis for a wedding. Why should I pay you 8,000 or 10,000? You are a new entrant, or you are not really skilled. You are in stage 2, stage 3. You are not at the point where clients call you. That's stage 5, where clients can call you and then mention that I just need you. I don't care how much you are charging. You are not at stage 5. You are stage 2. You've learned the skills. You are boosting it. So the number of people who are in stage 2 are a lot, just like you. So you can't charge like stage 5. So the bargaining power is now in the hands of who? The buyers. That's the client. The last one is the bargaining power in the hands of suppliers. These suppliers is not you. The suppliers are the people that are serving you with the equipment. The bargaining power of NK, bargaining power of Shikakope, eh, all of them, bargaining power of MCB rental.
Popo.
Those who are renting for you, if they decide that now we are not going to rent a camera for 150 cedis, we are increasing it to 300 cedis. It's affecting you directly, because whilst these suppliers are increasing their rental or their purchasing power, bargaining power, now the camera that you thought was 4,000 cedis is now 5,000 or 6,000. Whilst they are increasing their prices, these guys here, the buyers, your clients, are trying to lowball you. So imagine they tell you that, oh, I mean, now and there the photographers are more, so your price has to drop small. Or we've worked with you for years, we can't afford the 5,000 anymore. Now we want to give you 4,000. Then you have to go like, oh, because of relationship. Because every 2 weeks these guys are coming with 4,000. So you lowball
Mm-hmm.
yourself a little bit just to stay afloat. And these guys are increasing the prices of cameras. So if you are a photographer and you don't look at these 5 factors and consider them every time. These are external factors. Then before you know it, you are out. So when you look at key people in the industry, let me look at, for instance, the Ghana industry. When you look at someone like Bob Pixel, when there used to be the film cameras, he was shooting it. He would shoot the film, go watch it. When things started changing, when the threat of substitutes became real, and then digital started coming in, he positioned himself to embrace it. Now, once he did that, the threat of new entrants reduced a little bit because these new guys coming in are mainly coming in with digital. Now, the industry rivalry went down a bit for him because now he has an upper hand. He's learned digital. Already, the buyers, he has a market share. All he needs to do is to convince them that now I've moved digital, so I'm moving with technology. And they are still going to pay him how much they used to pay based on trust, based on experience, and all of that. When it comes to suppliers, because now he's charging more, he's able to what? Purchase more. When you do that, you nullify all of these. Now let's go a bit out of photography. Let's look at phones. Nokia. When people started going digital and using Android, all those substitutes, Nokia said no. I'm still going to hang on to what? Symbian. And before they knew it, they were out because of the threat of new entrants and threat of substitution. Someone substituted every phone having their own operating system to all phones having a common operating system, Android. But they were not ready to change, so they were out. I hope if there's any questions on this one, you can ask because there are exercises that you are going to do for yourself, for your business. The whole idea is to take you to the next level, but you have to do it in your way, in your style.
Mhm.
So, Michael, even if you have a question, you can put it out. You are the mouthpiece of the gods.
Yes, unfortunately, Sir Bonnie, who is supposed to be the mouthpiece of the underdog, has been quite silent for some time now.
Sir Bonnie
So
said
I think
he said he's in stage 4.
he's in stage 4. Oh, okay. I missed that stage, but I'll watch it again and then find out where is that. But the majority of the people here said they were at stage 3.
Yes.
But wait, Ceremony is confused. He was at 3, then he said, "Oh, then he's at stage 4." Okay, all right. So I think so far nobody has asked any question. Pokia says she's still at stage 1 or 2, and yeah, so far no question. No question has been asked that needs your attention. So please carry on.
Okay. Now let's go to the internal. So for the internal, you have to look at this. We call it the SWOT analysis. That's your strengths, your weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Some are helpful, some are harmful. As a photographer, you need to know what is your strength, what is your weakness. Now, let me give you a scenario. Someone's strength was their ability to talk to anyone they come across. So they were extroverts. When they go to a wedding, they can just make the bride laugh and jump. They'll be dancing around. An example, a genuine example, Click Kofi.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to a wedding, he has fun, he jumps around. That's his strength. You understand? Now, someone's weakness might be that they are introverts. They don't really know how to talk to people. They are scared of talking to people. They're always in their shell. If that's your weakness, maybe their strength is they can really take good pictures. When it comes to their job, A1, they can put it down and then take excellent pictures. But their weakness is they are too shy to communicate. If you are able to find your weakness, you can work on how to resolve it. So if you think you are an introvert, you can't really talk to people. What are some of the options? One, it might be that either you are going to increase or you are going to learn how to integrate with people, or you are going to hire an administrator to do all the talking for you so that you just stay within your lane. You need to know your strengths, you need to know your weaknesses. I have my strengths, I have my weaknesses. I know the things that I had to focus on. For instance, I like reading books. All right. I can read before I touch a camera. I knew everything about a camera, the sensor, how the light is inverted in order to create the image. I knew what the exposure triangle was and everything. Now, what was my weakness when I started? I didn't know how to operate a camera. So my first camera I bought, I shot everything manual, everything, including the lens. I turned down the autofocus to manual and I was shooting. Another weakness that I had was I wasn't really open. So I was kind of an introvert. So going to Ghananie to say, oh, Ghananie, Charlie, I'm also a photographer. I want us to walk around and, you know, I want to learn from you. I couldn't do that because I didn't know how to open up to people. So I was shooting manual. I went to shoot a whole wedding with manual. The autofocus was right there. I turned it off and then I was shooting manual because I knew all the theories, but the practicals was zero. How did I overcome it? I had to first ask myself, what do I have to do? I went to someone, forced myself to open up in order to learn. So once you know your weaknesses, you start working on them to the top. Now I'm sitting here and then I'm talking on YouTube. It wouldn't happen 5 years ago. But then if you know your weaknesses, you are working on them. What are my strengths? I was a tax consultant, accountant, no problem. So when it comes to photography business, I was okay. So I used that as a leverage in order to open up to people. So as am I saying, my introversion is my strength too. It's working for her. Maybe she has a weakness, which could be what? Photography, taking pictures. Now, because she has a leverage, for instance, if I'm Amma, how am I going to overcome that? Everybody wants to know that the legal stuff they are doing is accurate, that the legal things that they are doing is correct. So Amma will have a lot of people coming to her asking her, what do I do about this copyright stuff? What do I do about this other thing? And once Amma answers them, they are able to also open up and say, oh, I heard you want to learn photography. I can help you. And so she can leverage on her strength to overcome her weaknesses. So these are some of the things you have to be key about. Now look at the external origin, opportunities and threats. What are your opportunities? Some people, most people start photography whilst they are at work. Some also start whilst they are at school. If you are a photographer, you start stage one whilst you are in school. What is your opportunity? So simple. Look at all the students in the school. Look at your mates and everything. You can easily start with them as clients for life. If you started stage one whilst you were working, you have your mates, your colleagues in the office that you can start shooting with them and all of that. So you look at the opportunities. Now you look at the threats. Maybe you are hot tempered. That's a threat. You have to go in front of human beings. Someone will say, I don't like this. I don't like this picture. Maybe you are that kind of guy who says, I'm tired of this nonsense. I'm done. You need to work on your anger because externally it's going to affect you. Maybe your threat is you don't really have much time for work. So you don't see yourself having much time for photography. Now, how do you have much time for it? These are all things you have to look at. If you are not looking at these things, you are going to run into a point where people say, oh, this guy is good, but anytime there is a but on your business, your opportunity flies away like a butterfly.
But like
It's
butterfly.
true. Yeah. When there are ifs and there are buts on you, not good. So these two are key things that you have to look at. Now, the exercise that I want people to do is just pick this. Look at where you are. If you are in Accra, look at Accra. Who has the bargaining power? Is it the supplier or is it you? Like, who has the bargaining power? Can you, if NK says I'm not selling to you, do you have cheaper options? If no, then you have a problem. Now, the bargaining power of the buyers. If you feel your clients are always having a bargaining power more than you are, then maybe you have to start working on your skill set, or maybe you have to look at your weaknesses in order to develop them into strengths so that you can have an upper hand over them. You need to look at all of this. So you sit down, look at all of these five factors and write them down. Who are your threats? The people, new guys coming in. Who are the people you think are going to be threats to you? What are they doing that's making it become a threat to you? Is that a skill that you lack that you need to update yourself on? Now, remember, we are not even talking about this registration and all of those things, because you need to have these things first in order to make sure that your business is aligned for a smooth ride. Before you start your car and move, you need to check for engine oil and fuel and water, so that once you are done with all that, you need to check your weakness. That's, you make sure that your weakness doesn't overcome your strength. You put your seat belt on heavy before you make the first move out. So please, if you feel there are any questions, you can ask your questions as we go on. I'm not going to look at them. We'll respond to them in a few minutes time. I wanted to make sure this presentation doesn't go extreme so that we can all sleep amicably in our houses. Now, the
Yes.
next thing to look at is this. Once you've gotten to a higher stage, what happens? Taxes. I put this here because I want to explain a notion that is going around. People say, well, I sent them an invoice. When I sent them the invoice, what happened? They withheld some money. I sent them invoice of 10,000. They gave me 9,000. So they've already deducted their tax, which means I'm not going to pay any tax anymore. That's not correct. It's not true. Now let me explain these two concepts. So your income tax as a whole, and this applies to almost every jurisdiction. So whether you are in the UK or you are in Ghana, you are in Nigeria, Tanzania, it applies to everyone. When we talk about your income tax, we are talking about the percentage that is applied on your profit before tax, or adjusted profit before tax. Now, when we pick that, let's say in the whole year, you made a profit of say 100,000. When it's adjusted, it was still 100,000. Your tax rate was 25% as a business, which means you are going to pay 25,000 as tax. During the year, a government cannot wait till the end of the year for everyone to pay taxes. Then they wouldn't have enough money to run the country from the beginning of the year. So what they do is they take the taxes little by little. So for instance, when you send an invoice to a client, say 10,000 cities, instead of them giving you 10,000 cities, they end up giving you 9,000. So they withhold 1,000 cities. What they've done is actually withholding tax. They've withheld tax from you. They'll have to give you a certificate so that at the end of the year, when you get that profit of 100,000 and 25% is calculated as your tax to give you 25,000, instead of paying 25,000, you look at all the withholding tax that you suffered, the 1,000 cities you suffered, you take it out of the 25,000 because you've already paid 1,000 out of the 25,000. Then you pay the rest. So the fact that you sent an invoice for 10,000 and you were paid 9,000, so 1,000 cities was withheld, doesn't mean that's the final tax on that payment. You still have to calculate your profit as you always will. Then when you calculate the tax on the profit, you deduct how much people have withheld from you. I don't know whether you understand. So
Oh,
your income
me,
tax,
I'm a bit confused. I don't know about the others. So maybe by the time you end it, we'll all be on the same level.
so for income tax, all right, your income tax is equal to the tax that has been withheld from you plus the outstanding one. Now let me explain it in the other way around. So your outstanding tax, I just wish I could put my, give me a second. I
No
want to go for
problem.
my Wacom
No
so I can
problem.
write.
No problem. Okay, so as we wait for Catalyst to go get his Wacom and come right, if it's a bit confusing to you, just let's know so that it can be explained. We are here because of you. So if there is anything you don't understand, please let's know so we can explain further. This particular area isn't my area, so I won't be able to contribute much. I'm not a business person. I'm much more of a technical person. So if you don't understand, please ask. Ask, he is here so that he can explain. This is the reason why these things I don't record them and then put them out there for you. I decided to make them live so you can interact. Sometimes it's better when you ask the person presenting, the direct questions. So that's why we are here. If you have any question, don't feel intimidated. Please ask. We are all here to learn. Me, I don't know anything about what he's saying. All I know is I send invoices to companies, and by the time they pay me, they say withholding tax. I think 5% or something. They take some tax out of it. I'm sure most of you who do corporate jobs, you have come across this. If you haven't done any work with any corporate entity, you might not have come across this. It's there, withholding tax. You send them, as Katali said, like 1,000 cities. That's what you're taking. then they will never give you that 1,000 cedis. They will give you maybe 900 and something, because they will take out withholding tax. I think it's 5%. Yeah, 5% off whatever you send them. So when you're pricing, you need to factor all these things in. If you're sending it to a corporate entity, you need to factor in this withholding tax. So if you're charging 1,000, calculate 5% of 1,000 and add it on top of your money, so that by the time it will come out, you will still get your 1,000 cedis. If you send 1,000 straight, you're not getting 1,000 back. Amma says lots of times companies withhold a tax without giving you the certificate of withholding tax. What do you do when it's tax time? Awesome. So when Catalyst comes, we will ask him this particular question. As I said, today, this particular field is not mine. I'm a stranger here. So when Catalyst comes, he will answer that question. Also, Amma says, when issuing out your invoice or billing a client for a job, must you ask them if they are entitled to withhold? Yes, me sometimes I ask. Mostly, I have access to the one, maybe the accountant or the one preparing the thing. They have these corporate terms. I've forgotten, but there's this term that they, from the MD to the president, back to the MD and all that. They have some term that they use. So I always ask them, how much are they going to take as withholding tax? Then I factor it in before I even send. So if your basic charge is 1,000 cedis and you send that to them, you are not getting 1,000 cedis, so they will take out withholding tax. So always find it and then calculate it and add it to the money. Otherwise, you'll be cheated. It's like somebody paying via Momo and you don't calculate the charges. If you are supposed to pay me 1,000 cedis via Momo and you send me exactly 1,000 cedis, when I will go and withdraw, I will lose 10 cedis, because 10 cedis for charges. You get it? So all these things should be there. If your client is going to pay via Momo, either you have an agreement with them. Find out first if they are going to add the charges. If they don't add the charges, then it's very nice for you to add it on top. So if you want to charge them 1,000 cedis, you charge them 1,020. So that if they send you 1,020, when you withdraw, you will still get your 1,000 cedis. These are business tricks, Catalyst is still looking for his Wacom tablet. So as we wait for him, Amma, we have 2 questions from you. Awesome. Amma, if you want to join and then chip in some, please let me know so I can send you the link so you join. Yeah. Yesterday we had an awesome session with Amma. It was like powerful. Everybody watching the video after the session goes like, wow, I missed it, but at least I have it here and I'm watching. I've really learned a lot. And not just people in Ghana. There are people in Cameroon, Tanzania, and I think Gambia. They were all like, this is an eye-opener. So it's motivated them to go look at their law, what the whole thing is about in their jurisdiction. So all these things are to help you guys. So just take them seriously and ask questions. Ask questions. If you don't ask questions, then it means, okay, we are okay with just recording and then putting them out there for you guys. Right. Catalyst is still looking for his Wacom. I wonder where that Wacom is. Mine is right here with me. It's always on my desk with me here. I never leave it.
I'm here now.
Okay, welcome. So Amma has 2 questions for you concerning withholding tax. Would you want to answer them now?
No, okay, so I'll explain it as I go along. For now, I just want to switch the sharing.
All right, so Amma, Catalyst will handle your questions for you.
Ghananie, is it visible?
1 second. Which one? The screen? Okay, should I add it? Okay, we have it here.
because it's playing some tricks on me.
Okay, are you okay with how it's appearing?
Yeah. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so where is this thing? Oh my gosh.
What thing?
All right. Amma is giving me all the tough questions in life.
Yeah, yesterday you did the same to her, so it's just fair.
All right, so let me explain something. When it comes to this looks big. Sorry, forgive my handwriting. It's terrible.
All right. Are you tackling Ama's question so I can project it?
Yeah, project Amma's question.
Okay, so question one is this.
Lots of times, companies withhold the tax without giving you the certificate of withholding tax. What do you do when it's tax time? Great. So, what I wanted to explain first is this Ghananie. Let me use this formula.
Okay.
So, your tax is equal to the withholding tax plus the remaining tax at the end of the year. All right.
Mm.
So, the tax you pay at the end of the year. So, based on this, the tax you pay at the end of the year, which is your remaining tax, is going to be your income tax minus the withholding tax or the tax withheld. Now, let me explain. I think this will give a clearer explanation. Now, this tax you have here is in two ways. Let me change the color. Sorry, I'm terrible at using the Wacom.
I can tell. You are
I've
used to
not
the
edited.
mouse.
No, I've not edited in 4 months.
Mm. I see.
Now, this tax here, all right, ordinarily, that's what is determined by the GRA or the tax authority. So in Ghana, for instance, if you are a photographer, when you go to, let's say, your GRA office, they can say based on their estimation of your revenue or based on the questions they've asked you, the tax that you have to pay for the year is 2,000 cedis for the whole year. All right. Or let's say 10,000 cedis for the year, because I'm hoping everyone's business is going to get better. So the tax you are going to pay for the whole year is 10,000. So we are looking at 10,000, right, as T
Mm.
here, 10,000. Now, if you issue an invoice to say Ghananie water supplies,
Hey.
yes, if you issue an invoice of 10,000 cedis to Ghananie water supplies, now Ghananie water supplies, instead of paying you 10,000, instead of giving you 10,000, they give you 9,000. All right,
Mm.
which means they've withheld 1,000.
Yeah.
When it gets to the end of the year, now after withholding this 1,000, they are supposed to go pay the 1,000 to the GRA. So this money is not supposed to be in the company's pocket. It's supposed to go to the GRA. Now, those who are not from Ghana, it's the GRA is the tax office. So this money of 1,000 is supposed to go to the tax office. And then the tax office will print a certificate. It's like a paper, just a normal paper. They'll
Mm.
print a paper stating how much the company has paid on your behalf for tax. So this thousand here, the company don't just withhold for fun. They are supposed to go give that money to the GRA and say, I was supposed to pay Ghananie 10,000 cedis, but I paid him 9,000. So the thousand that I withheld from him, I'm going to give it to you as part of his taxes. So maybe we can take Ahmed's question from there now.
Should I read it
Ghananie,
for
why
you?
is it's taking you so long? You have to take off the question so that I can see the 10,000.
I thought you were reading the question. Okay, sorry.
Now, GRA says that you should pay a tax of 10,000 for the year. All right.
Mm-hmm.
What this thousand is saying is that you told him to pay 10,000 for the year. But when we were paying him, we withheld 1,000. So we are coming to pay 1,000 out of the 10,000 you said he should pay on his behalf. So at the end of the year, you Ghanaians are supposed to go to the GIA when you're going to file your tax return,
Mm.
saying that I had a profit of this amount. I have a tax of 10,000 to pay. All right. But somebody has already paid 1,000 on my
On my
behalf.
behalf.
So here is my tax return. And this is a proof of the 1,000 the person paid on my behalf. I'm attaching it. Now, all I'm going to pay you is what?
9,000.
9,000. You understand?
Yeah, perfectly.
Because somebody has already paid 1,000 on my behalf. So that is how the tax is supposed to be. The fact that someone has withheld 1,000 from your payment doesn't mean you won't pay any tax anymore.
Okay, so now
At the end
with what you said, the
yeah,
the best practice is once a company withholds tax from you, you are supposed to go back for your tax certificate from them, the
from
withholding
them.
tax certificate.
Exactly. You have to go back to them and tell them that you need your withholding tax certificate.
Okay, guys, so that's something you need to do. Once a company holds takes withholding tax from your payment, you should always, Charlie, always hustle them to give you the withholding tax certificate so that you can prove to GRA when you're making your own returns. Otherwise, they will say they don't have any record like that, and you will have to. It will be your loss, right, Catalyst?
Yeah. Now let
Okay.
me explain Ahmed's question. This is what happens because of the bureaucratic issues we have in Ghana. Normally, when someone withholds and then they pay you 14 days after the end of that month. They go to the GRA, they pay, and the GRA is supposed to print it out for them. However, there are cases where you go to the GRA and then they say, one, either our papers are finished, we don't have more papers, we need to get more papers because it's
What
a
can I
special paper. It's not an A4 sheet, it's a special paper. Sometimes they will say, due to the number of people coming in, you just leave the file, the Excel file that we'll use, and then you come for it later. Notwithstanding that, you have 4 months after the end of the year to file your return. Most companies push to get the withholding uh, tax certificate from the GRA at the end of the year or probably the first 2 months of the year because everyone is pushing for it. Everyone is asking for it. All right. So make sure that By the time you are filing your tax returns, you have that particular certificate. Go to them, write to them, send them an email. You understand?
Mm.
Now, if you don't have it, if you still don't have it, then the issue has to be escalated, because sometimes the GRA will say your withholding tax was for 2019. You can't use that withholding tax credit to offset. You understand? For
Mhm.
2020, because it was tax withheld in 2019. But if you are preparing your return, since you have all these proofs that you chased it and you didn't get it at that time, you can still put it in there. When you look at the GRA form, uh, I'm hoping I can pull one out right now.
This
It's not a
tax
funny
thing is
thing.
it's a whole
Yeah,
Charlie. It's a whole thing on it. But how can they tell us we are out of paper? Are
you
they not
have no
being paid?
idea. My 7 years of being a tax consultant wasn't funny at all.
But how can you tell me you're out of paper? I mean, some you're
But
supposed to be printing out things for people, and you tell us you're out of
for
paper.
now, Ghananie, I'll hold on the tax return side. So
Yeah.
we'll treat that one around say November
Okay.
thereabout, so that it's closer to the end of the year where people will actually use it.
Okay.
Because in
So let's
June,
go
right now,
to
people are
Ama's
not really
second
going
question.
to. Yeah. So
Okay. So the second question is when you're issuing out your invoice or billing a client for a job, must you ask them if they are entitled to withhold tax? So you factor it into your charges?
all right. So here is my answer. I'll explain it a simple way and then the complex way. But in both ways, I believe Amma will understand it. Now, the simple way is every company has the obligation to withhold. Only individuals cannot withhold. Only individuals cannot withhold. But every company is supposed to withhold. Now, when you look at right from section 114 down to section 119 of the Income Tax Act, all right, when you look at that act, you'll clearly see that it says a withholding tax agent. The GRA or the act has appointed everyone making payment as a withholding tax agent except individuals. So you Ghananie, for instance, you can't withhold on someone you are paying.
As Michael or as Ghananie?
You as an individual,
So as Michael.
as either Michael or sole proprietor Ghananie.
Awesome. Because Ama's follow-up question has to do with that. That's what I'm trying to clarify so that we answer it at the same time. So let's say use me as an example. I have registered as a sole proprietor. So can I withhold tax from, let's say if I'm buying from NK?
No.
Or if I hire you, let's say I hire another photographer to come shoot for me, can I withhold tax from whatever I'm going to pay him?
Okay, so now let me explain this before we move further so that we can clarify it.
Okay.
Oh, life is good. This
Why?
is Ghana. Oh, I'm enjoying myself.
Ah.
Why? Okay, just a second, because I want to write it.
Okay.
It's a quick explanation, but it will make much more sense to write it. I hope you can still see, because
Yes, we can
right,
see your shared screen in Photoshop.
yeah, Charlie, I this is a paid for software, so I can flaunt it on YouTube.
Wait, what are you trying to say?
No, I'm not trying to say anything, Ghananie. You and I
Okay,
know.
so let's keep it there.
Yes. Now, let me explain this. When it comes to business,
I
when
can
it
see
comes,
you're really struggling with your Wacom, your pen.
no, I really struggle with handwritings in general. Not
I see.
now we have individuals and then we have LLC. All right.
Hmm. Yeah.
Let me expand it a bit so that it's clearer for everyone.
Okay, so guys, LLC just means limited liability company.
Oh, I was coming to explain it, so I'll be too no a little, and then you have ruined my
Don't
too
worry,
no.
I've made it simple for you.
Now you have business as individual and limited liability company. Now, it's the individual that registers, the individual register for what? Tax identification number. When the LLC registers also, it's given a tax identification number. Now, these two are what makes you a taxpayer. These two numbers.
A thing.
Yes.
Should I explain that
That's
one
what
to or you explain it?
that's what makes you a taxpayer, which means that you are earning income and then you are supposed to pay tax.
Mm.
All right. Now, if you decide that you are going to register a business name, oops, Ali, I need to buy my first copybook.
So that you learn how to write again.
I've been typing for more than 15 years.
Well, for about 3 years now, I've been using the Wacom tablet for editing. So I use it for everything, browsing, everything. So I'm used to all that.
Now,
So once
if
you use
you
it,
decide that you want to trade under the brand name Ghananie, what you're actually going to do is you are going to register a business name.
mm-hmm.
You are going to register for yourself a business name. The fact that you are registering that business name doesn't mean you are now a limited liability company. It just means that you are still an individual trading under that business name. So far as you are a sole proprietor, you are still an individual in the eyes of the law.
Mm.
So if you are going to pay NK, you can't say because now you are called Ghananie, so you withhold. You are
Okay.
still an individual. That's why when you look at your business name registration, it still has P000 something something something.
Yes, I saw that on my certificate.
Exactly. Because this still makes you a person, like it's personal, it's an individual. Now, if it's a limited liability company, it starts with C 00 something something something.
Oh, okay.
Now, these people, before they register, they have a place of business. The government can see this building. They have a structure, organizational structure. They have a managing director. They have employees, etc., etc., etc. So the government feels that I can trust these individuals with my money.
Hmm.
So if they are paying someone, they should withhold that money and come and give it to me because I trust that they can give it to me. But I can't trust Ghananie as
Oh,
an individual because when he takes my money, he can decide to disappear. And because it's just him with a business name, I can't do anything. I can't even track him because my system, my identification system is bad. You understand? So that's why it clearly states in the law that individuals cannot withhold. But then LLC can withhold on the individual. So this guy can withhold. You get it?
Yes, I do.
So I hope that clarifies it a bit.
Yeah. So in short, if I should register Ghananie as an LLC, I'll be able to withhold. But now,
If
as a sole proprietorship, I cannot withhold.
now here's the thing. Registering as an a sole proprietor, these are some of the advantages. You can take your money anytime to enjoy. If someone pays you, you can decide that someone has given me 5,000. I'm taking out 1,000 cedis. I'm going to spend it. I'm going to Osu to go and chill with it. No one can hold you responsible for anything. It's your money.
Mm.
Now, if someone decides to sue Ghananie as a sole proprietor, it covers everything, including your money in your own personal bank account.
Uh-uh.
Because Ghananie is you, and you are Ghananie. That's why the two of you have the same thing. You understand? Now, that is the risk of having a sole proprietorship. But the benefit is you can take your money anytime. You don't have responsibilities like withholding or holding government money to go and pay and all of those things. You don't have those responsibilities.
Mm.
Now, if you're a limited liability company, it means that you can have shares, you can pay dividend, you can do all of that. But then when someone also sues a limited liability company, it doesn't affect you directly. It only affects as much as the worth of the company.
Mm.
The only disadvantage is there's a lot of administrative work for limited liability company. You have to be a withholding agent. You have to withhold. You have to do monthly filings. You have to go do monthly filings for your employees, PAYE. Like you have to withhold, you have to do quarterly instrumental payment, all of those difficult things that you don't want to do. You probably don't have time for that because you're a photographer, maybe you're a travel photographer. You don't have employees. Then every month you're supposed to go to the GRA to go file something. And let's say you are in Benin and GRA is still trying to get their technology right in order to, do online filings properly. We've not gotten there yet. We hope to get there one day. If all of this is going to affect you, then it means you won't really have time to do what you love, which is taking pictures. Right? So
Yeah.
those are the two different things that is for what do we call it? LLC and then the other one.
Okay. So let me just so Amma, if your company is LLC, then you can apply and then withhold tax. But if it's
No,
eh?
let me explain that question properly.
Okay, please do.
Now,
I thought
if your company is an LLC, now you don't apply to withhold.
mm,
It's in the law. You have to withhold. The government has appointed you by force as a
hey,
withholding tax agent. You understand? It's by force. It's mandatory. You have to withhold. So, Ghananie, I hope that clarifies. So you don't
yes. So you don't need
apply.
to apply.
No. Once you are registered as an LLC, if you are going to make payment to someone, you have to withhold. And the rates are there. The rates are between 3%, rising as high as 15%.
Okay. So I was going to ask another question. Is there a particular rate where each company is supposed to, or they just decide how much they want to withhold?
Generally, for services, they are supposed to withhold at a rate of 7.5%. 7.5%.
Okay. For
I hope
services.
that's understandable.
Services, which means we are photographers fall under that.
Yes.
Okay, so
So what?
7.5%.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's awesome.
what I would advise photographers to do is use this very simple formula. There's a simple formula that I advise photographers to use. If you want to, or if you expect to get 10,000 from a company, that's 10,000. Oh my goodness.
We can't see your writing.
Yes, I'm
So,
getting
so
there.
as you're looking at your writing, I think there's another question here. But is it mandatory for the company to pay, like to take withholding tax? Whereas, can't you go pay the amount yourself?
Well, peculiar pictures, it's mandatory for the company to withhold the
To
tax
withhold.
because the
Okay.
government doesn't trust that at the end of the year you go and pay the tax. So at least even if you run away at the end of the year, they've gotten something already.
Okay. All right. So guys, please keep your questions coming, okay? So we can, have an interactive session. Catalyst, carry on.
Now, if
Give
you
us your
expect
formula.
1,000 from a company, all right. Now that is 92.5% of the overall amount, right? That's 92.5% of the overall amount of the invoice you send to that company. 92 is simple. It means 100% minus the 7.5% that they will withhold.
Mm-hmm.
So the 92% is the 1,000 that you expect from the company. So how much do you have to charge the company so that they can send you 1,000 when you are safe? Which means the 100%, this is basic uh, proportions, will be
They're
what?
taking
A
us back to
thousand
school.
over 92.5 times 100. Simple. I don't have a calculator here, so
Okay, hold on. Let me just fire my calculator. 1,000 divided by 92.5. This is say times 100.
yeah,
So that's 1081. 1,081.
good. So this is how much you charge the company, and then they will withhold 81.
And then give you
Then they'll
1,000.
give you 1,000. Then that 81 is a tax that you have paid.
So guys, I hope you understand. If on your rate card, your charge is 1,000 Ghana cedis, and you're doing headshot for a corporate entity, or you're going to shoot an MD, and it's a company that's going to pay you, you don't send them an invoice of 1,000 Ghana. They will take 7%, 7.5% withholding tax. So at the end, you're going to get less than that 1,000 cedis. So if you want to get that exact 1,000 cedis, calculate the tax element. This is the formula. So to get how much you should charge them, I think basically what you're doing is you're charging calculate 7.5% of your total charge, and then add it on top of whatever your rated catalyst. Is that right?
Well, I'll refrain from saying something is right or wrong because
But is that okay?
the truth of the matter is when you charge a company 1,000, they're actually paying you 1,000 because at the end of the year you still pick this 1,000 and then you calculate your tax and go and pay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what they are doing is to pay some part of your tax early. You understand?
Okay.
But then for cash flow purpose, you and I know how cash flow is. You want to basically charge them more so that you can have more in your pocket.
Mm.
You understand? So if you are charging Ghananie 200 cedis, if you are charging Ghananie 200 cedis, you would rather charge the company 250 so that you can have more money in your pocket, but nothing else. Joey is saying it's a wrong formula. So,
Is it mine or yours?
well, I believe
I think
it's
mine.
mine.
I think it's mine he's talking about. Joey, which it says what 100 over 92.5 times 1000. Hey, which one is that one too? Okay, so let me do that and let's see.
Well, I would advise you don't do it just to
Hmm.
save time, as we know where this will be going to,
Okay.
because
All
we'll be
right.
heading into decimals, and I don't think we are going to charge decimals in this point. 100 over 92.5 times 1000 is the same as 1000 over 92.5 times 100. So we
Yeah, the
just want to,
mathematicians are talking.
yeah, we'll just want to save each other the time so that we can move quickly.
Okay. Yeah, I
So,
think it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the
yeah.
same thing.
So basically, that's the withholding tax and then the income tax in general's issue. All right. It's a big thing. A lot of people call me and then they keep asking me this. Now, there's one more tax that I want us to talk about. So I'm sorry. I'm going crazy with the taxes, but I'm trying as much as possible to keep it simple. So if you feel it's not too simple, just still let us know so that we keep breaking it down. All right.
Yeah, so guys, your questions, keep your questions coming. If there is anything you don't understand, this is not like a classroom where a presentation is made or a conference or, excuse me to say, a church where the pastor preaches and then goes. There is room for questions. So as he goes on, if there is anything you don't understand, just let it out so we can explain before we leave. Yeah, we are here for you. Catalyst, please carry on.
Now, when it comes to taxes, we have direct tax and then we have indirect tax. All right.
Hmm.
I'll explain it. This is very simple. So, the direct tax we are talking about is what? The tax on income. My system is slow because I'm sharing.
Oh, okay, no problem. Just we still get the end result, so just go ahead. There's an interesting question from Amma here. So when you finish, we'll tackle it. I think today Amma came prepared, very, very prepared.
Oh my goodness. Now, direct tax is a tax on income. So, income tax is a direct tax that is directly on the income. Now, indirect tax is a tax on value. I hope you get where this is going. So, you
We are
have
getting it.
VAT here, you have customs here, customs duty. Now, here you have what? The income tax, you have withholding tax. Now, people say that, well, they charge me VAT, so I've paid my tax already. No. So VAT is more of value added tax. It's a tax added on value. It's an indirect tax. It doesn't affect your income directly. So VAT is more like the government is saying, because you are adding value to someone's life or someone's business, I'm going to tax that value. So pure water, let's say your SD card is 100. You go, they charge 17.5% VAT on the SD card. So now you are paying 117.5. In the US and some places, they call it sales tax. So when you are ordering from, let's say, B&H or any of those things, you see something called sales tax. That's an indirect tax. What the government is trying to say is that because whatever you are buying is going to add value to you, I'm taxing that value. So you buy SD card, the price is 100 cedis, but then there is a VAT of 17.5 on it. Or right now, I think now it's 18.5 on it.
Mm.
So they calculate it and you have to pay the price of the good plus the VAT. Now that VAT doesn't go to the company. It's also the same thing. The company is taking it and then they'll go and give it to the GRA. So in businesses, you are paying two types of tax: direct tax and then indirect tax.
Okay,
When you're
so
going to
Catalyst, just
clear this,
a point of note here. We have a couple of foreigners here. So the GRA, let's limit it to tax office,
the tax
if you
authority.
can.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
So so you have direct tax and then you have indirect tax. And as a company, you suffer both. If, let's say, because you are a sole proprietor, you pay VAT. That VAT, because you can't claim it back, it becomes part of your expenses. So it becomes a tax expense for you, which you can deduct from your profit. Now, after the profit, that's when you calculate your direct tax. So you get the two. You understand where these two are going? We don't want to waste too much time on this. So as a business, you pay direct tax and then you pay indirect tax. So if you are charged VAT, don't think it's income tax. And you are charged customs duty, don't think it's income tax. VAT is different from withholding tax. Withholding tax is part of your income tax. VAT, customs duties, they are all indirect taxes, which you can claim as expenses. So I hope that clarification is fine. Now let's go
To me, it's
to
clear.
Ahmed's fantastic question.
Okay, so let me project it here so we can. Will you read it or should I read it?
Oh, you can read it. Your voice sounds better.
Okay, so because I'm using a condenser mic, thank you very much. Amar says, if I'm contracted for a photo shoot in Nigeria or some other country outside Ghana, do I have to pay tax on payments that are made to me in that country by the client? So let's say Prince Mason calls me from Nigeria and says, so I have a job for you. Come shoot for me. So and so. I'm paying you, let's say, $3,500. Am I going to pay tax on that over here, or is he going to withhold tax from it at his end? Or am I going to pay double?
Okay. So ideally, you are supposed to have paid tax in Nigeria. And then when you bring the money to Ghana, you pay tax in Ghana.
Double.
Ideally. Yes. But then there are provisions in the law which discourages that. Now there's something called non-resident income. All right. So when you go to Nigeria to do a work there, and then before they pay you the money, there's a rate that they are supposed to withhold as tax in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
There's so let's say for instance, when you go to Nigeria and then you do some work for a company, and then instead of paying you $10,000, they withhold 20%. So you get $8,000. They are
Mm-hmm.
supposed to provide you with some form of certificate, a withholding tax certificate from Nigeria. Then when you
Okay.
come to Ghana, because in your Ghana books, you are still going to record $10,000. After recording that, there's a provision in the Ghana law which says that you can include your foreign tax credit, which is the tax that was withheld in Nigeria, that $2,000. You come and include it there as a tax that was withheld from you in a foreign land, to the extent that the maximum you can claim is the maximum tax you would have paid in Ghana. So
Mm.
if Ghana's tax was 15% and then Nigeria withheld 20%, you can only claim up to 15% in Ghana. The 5% is a
Okay.
cost for you.
Okay.
Now, Ghana's case, for instance, let's say it is 25%. So if they withhold 20% in Nigeria, in the Ghana tax book, you pay the 5% which is left to Ghana.
Understood. That's very well understood.
It's worse for places like where Sean is, or Sheun, where Sheun is.
So, mm,
Because Sheun's
UK.
place, they take up to 40%. So if
Wow.
Sheun comes to Ghana to work and then they withhold 20%, when he goes back, UK will take another 20. Now, if you Ghanaian go to UK to go and work and they take 40, when you
Hey.
come back, Ghana will only recognize 25. 15% becomes your cost.
Wow.
So I hope that clarifies.
Yes, that clarifies Amma, please keep your questions coming here. Let's keep Catalyst on his toes. All right, so Catalyst, please carry on.
There was another question. She's not done.
No, so that it was a follow-up question. So she's asking that if there is tax payable in Nigeria and tax payable in Ghana, will I be paying double tax? I added both of them, so you answered both.
All right. Now, just to explain, in some countries, Ghana has an agreement with them. For instance, Ghana has an agreement with South Africa. Ghana has an agreement with Mauritius, Italy, UK, Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, and a host of others. Where once you go to work in these places, when they withhold tax on you, it is deemed as a final tax. So when they withhold tax on you and you pay that tax, when you come to Ghana, you don't come and suffer more tax in Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah, so those ones are there. So that's why if you are doing cross-border assignments, it's fair that you find an expert to really explain these things to you so that you don't make a whole mess of yourself.
Yeah.
So I guess, Charlie, the tax
Yes.
side is crazy. Eh?
It's very, very crazy, Chad. And that's why I said, this is not my field. When I see Amma is trying to cry over here. But Charlie, it is what it is. Okay, so somebody here is asking, could there be a scenario you had a meal in a restaurant and from the menu you ordered food worth 100 cedis, but the final bill comes at 110 cedis tax? Okay, so I think, let me just say my layman's view on this. I think most restaurants factor in all these tax elements. So if on the menu it says 100 cedis, when it comes, they will break it down for you how they got the 100 cedis. But I think it's very rare for you to see 100 cities on the menu, and then your final thing comes at 110. Catalyst, what do you have to say about that?
Okay. Now, VAT is deemed as a broad-based tax. Like VAT is supposed to be applied on everything except the things that have been stated as exempt in the law. I think food is one of them. So it's unlikely that you go to a restaurant, like a local joint, but it's a restaurant, you buy fufu and then they give you an invoice which has tax on it. Now, remember, we are talking about direct and indirect taxes. However, there are other taxes that we have not spoken about. We have the tourism levy, we have
Mhm.
the national health insurance levy, we have the get fund levy, we have all those levies around. They are all taxes. So it's likely you can eat at a choba and then the food will be 100 cedis, but then the final bill will be 110 because there are taxes, like maybe you are paying for tourism levy. I know most restaurants are supposed to charge tourism levy, most of these top restaurants. So you can have other taxes in there which are not taxes that are tax on income or tax on value, but they are taxes that or levies the government puts in there in order to support certain sector of the economy. So those ones are there. Like you heard of the petroleum levy, right?
Mhm.
Which had a whole crazy fight in Ghana and they had to pull it down again. There
True.
was another one, communications tax,
It is
where
there.
at some
Something
point you are buying your MTN credits, you buy 10 CDs and you charge and then you get 9 point something because
it's still
MTN says
there. It's,
exactly. So those taxes are there. Those taxes are taxes that are special. We call them special taxes. The government is putting it there because they want to help or support a certain budget or a certain section of the economy. So those ones, those are not the taxes we are talking about. We are talking about the taxes that affect you directly or indirectly, right in your face, not the special ones. The special ones are there.
okay, but I think even with my experience, we are with regards to restaurants, those that give receipts. I've never come across this particular one that's on the menu. It's 100 cedis. Then when your bill comes, it's 110. Normally, if it's 100 cedis on the menu, when the bill comes, they break it down for you how they got that 100 cedis. You get it. But
Yeah.
say you see 100 cedis on the, let's say you go to Papa's Pizza, and then the pizza is, let's say, 100 cedis. Then they give you a receipt, and then on the receipt you have to pay 110. Now, I have never come across that one. I see VAT on, like just as Vinny is saying, I see all they break them down, NHIS, VAT, and then all those. They break tourism levy. They break everything down, how they got the 100 cities. But for them to add extra on it at the end, I have never come across. I don't know if other people have
I
come
think
across.
I
I
think
think
this is the
what
reason.
is the
The,
scenario?
the reason is that in Ghana the education about taxes is very low. So most of these stores do not really have the luxury of time to take people through the taxes. So
Mm,
on the shelf, you have a price which already includes all these taxes
mhm.
so
Yeah,
that you don't pick something from the shelf and get to the cashier and the price is different. It's different when you
exactly.
come out here. Out here, when you see something called 9.99, like 9.99, thinking that, oh, this is a $10 thing. You pick the $10, you get to the shelf, and then it automatically becomes $12 because they are
Oh,
hitting you with the sales tax at the cashier spot.
oh,
That's
okay,
because
okay.
here they understand the tax system and how it works. In Ghana,
All right.
most people even don't know that at the end of the year you are supposed to file taxes and you are supposed to even get some tax credit if you paid more taxes. Most people do not know that.
Okay, so Vinny just confirmed he was trying to seek clarification, and that's exactly what you said. That over there, the tax is calculated at the cashier's end.
Yes, I'm a prophet. I'm a prophet. I saw it.
Prophet too.
Please, let's bring the
All right.
questions. Not just taxes. We
So
can even talk about business.
phonetics. We've explained your thing. I think as he stated, he was asking that could there be a scenario, but it will hardly be that, in Ghana, because normally they calculate everything on it before putting it out there. So your receipt should only give you a breakdown, not an increment. You get it? Okay, so
No,
Catalyst is
but
crying for
there
questions.
could be cases. There could be cases where you could see that the law doesn't necessarily say that put
But I've never
100
come
in
across
the menu.
that scenario. I've never come across that
Oh,
scenario.
I have come across a menu which said that 300 cedis excluding taxes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So when you were going to pay, they added the taxes and it became higher?
exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
When they bring the
I'm yet.
bill, you
Anyway,
pay
I
the
don't eat
taxes.
much. I don't eat much outside, so I may
You
not
need
be
to go
able
to
to.
expensive places.
Why? I can cook.
No, go to expensive places. Sometimes you don't know where you meet expensive clients.
Okay, so Amma is saying you should do a whole 3-part course on taxation. This has been insightful. Yes, Amma, you're right. I keep telling him to have his channel and talk about tax. This guy is just being lazy, proper laziness. So, guys, you guys should tell Catalyst something for me right now in the chat. Please tell him. Just type. In fact, let's do a hashtag for him. Eh? I'm out of ideas, but let's say something in
So,
there. If I get 10 people to say start, just type start. Yes, START. If I get 10 people to say start, that's our petition. Once you type
Ghana,
start, you assign. No, we are not listening. So
let
10
me
people should
surprise
type
you with
start,
something.
and
Let me
then
share.
Catalyst.
Let me share some slides with you. Some slides that
But as we wait for the slide, guys, I need 10 people to type start. Just start, write start in the chat. I need just 10 people. Once I get 10 people, Catalyst has no option than to start his channel on taxation. Please, I need just 10 people to type start. I have one here, 9 more to go. Please type start. That's our petition.
so I did a presentation, Ghananie, which I'm trying to share. Oh, so people will
Okay, so I've seen 2 so far. Guys, please keep it coming. Just type start. Start.
hey,
Type start
my
in
goodness.
the chat. I
I
need
actually have some slides that I'm trying to put together for international tax because
I have
photographers
4. Don't
really are
worry.
traveling these days. Now,
I have 4.
Ghananie, this
I'm
presentation is a presentation I did some years back. Years back. Look at the name of the organization up there.
APP. Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't worry. We'll affix it to our organization.
Some years back. And I'll take you through it. I explained everything. And this was a free presentation for anyone who wanted to join or learn. I'll show you all the things I spoke about.
Guys, okay, so I have five more to go. Guys, please sign the petition. Type start.
Oh my goodness.
I have 5, 6. Oh no, so you can do only once. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5. Laurie, won't you type some?
You see, Laurie is doing God's work. They have to book to learn.
Yes, but then we need you to start the channel first. Once you start it, the rest will follow. So I have 5 people. I'm still waiting for the others. So you see, you have a skincare routine. How is that possible? Vinny, who is asking for Qatar? Is the weather? He has changed a geographic location. Eh? You can't be in Ghana and have that kind of skin. Come on, Vinny.
Oh,
Come on.
What is this?
Come on,
Please,
Catalyst, carry on.
I have a skincare routine. What are you talking about?
Is the weather, please?
No, you just have to bath.
Okay, so I have 6. Please, 4 more to go. I need
No,
4
but
more people to type the stats.
see,
Just if
Loretta is
you're
saying
here,
something. Loretta is saying
yes,
something
that
which is very important.
we
We
will take
need
care
the
of that.
contribution. We need the contribution because this channel is a very good channel.
Don't run away. We will come to that. For now, we are signing your petition. 4 more to go, please. 4 more to go. We will talk about the donation at the end of this session. But 4 more to go for Catalyst to start his own
Um,
channel.
Michael, I will donate.
Yes.
I'll donate. If I donate,
Okay.
will you stop?
Loretta, he's trying to bribe us. My goodness.
Michael, you know,
Yeah.
if you ask me, I'm going to pay. I'm going to donate.
Yeah,
You know,
I know,
me
but
and you, dear.
I still want you to. I still want you to start your channel.
Oh
It's
no,
going to
I'll
help
start.
us. We are going
I'll
to
start.
learn. No, you will start, but we need you to start as soon as possible. So we are signing a petition. Okay, so Kweku
I'll
Wilson
start.
has added. So we need 3 more to go.
Oh goodness.
There's 3 more. Charlie, we are almost there. 3 more to go. Guys, if you haven't typed your start yet, please type start. That is for
This,
Catalyst to start his channel to educate
this is
us.
serious.
He has been sitting on this for too long. Okay, so
This is
Loretta
serious.
says if you're going to donate, then it's a done deal. We will stop harassing you. Guys, 3 more. 3 more. Only 3. 3 more to go. 3 more. 3 more. 3 more. Just 3 more starts so that we'll get him to start his own channel. He can't be sitting on all this. Okay, 2 more to go. Catalyst himself has started. So actually 1 more. Oh, we are done. Catalyst, we give you 2 weeks. We give you 2 weeks.
Okay, so Ghananie, let me explain something. The slides that I'm showing.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Charlie, see, we've got even more than 10. So Catalyst, we've signed a petition. 2 weeks.
So during this slide, I spoke about knowing what is tax, um, knowing who pays tax, knowing what activities attract tax, knowing how tax is computed, knowing the tax authority reporting timelines, and knowing what happens when you breach the law. So you see, now let me explain what tax is. I think this is all what tax is. I think everyone should listen to Lori. Loretta is saying the truth. I will start, but it will be at my own pace a little bit. Don't worry. So taxes are economic benefits compulsorily paid or payable to public sector entities in accordance with the law established to provide revenue to the government. That's all. It's just money that the government needs in order to run the country. So the government doesn't get money from anywhere. It's tax revenues, loans from other domestic companies, or loans from international entities. That's how Ghana is run. So if you don't pay your taxes, you don't need to go fight the government over certain things.
But we are paying the taxes, but we are not seeing the good use.
Now, this is why we pay taxes. Duty, levy, charge, rate, fee. So stamp duty, all those things, interest, penalty imposed by a tax law, under a tax law. That's all. It's an amount imposed by a tax law collected by or paid to the Commissioner General. Now, if someone comes to you and says, Ghananie, you are running a studio here, you have to give me 1,000 cedis. And then you give the person 1,000 cedis in order to run your studio, you have just paid bribe. you've not paid tax. The money has to go to the Commissioner General. That's the person in charge of the taxes. I hope it's clear.
Very, very clear.
Now, I think someone asked, do I need to pay taxes? Ghananie, do you need to pay taxes?
Do I need to? Oh yes, for the country to have this achieve its developmental goals. Yes, I need to pay taxes.
The truth is, the country doesn't care about you. This is the reason why you pay taxes. It's a duty of a citizen that you pay tax. And why do you have to pay tax? If Parliament says that you have to pay tax, you pay tax. And this is what I was saying. Look at the taxes we have. These are the taxes we have. So on your income and property, you pay direct tax. On domestic goods and services, you pay indirect tax. We have excise duties. We have communication service tax. We have value added tax. We have national health insurance levy. Now, when you go on international trade, all those who deal in import and export, the Chicago pairs, the NK, and all of those people, they pay import duties and all of those things. We don't care about those people. They've taken enough of our money. So what we care about is income tax, value added tax, and national health insurance levy. As a photographer, I wish people had these slides. I don't know, Ghananie, is there a way you can get that slides to them?
The slides?
You need to start a blog. You have to start a blog.
No, see, the thing is, the slides will be, once I get them, I'll upload and then add the link to the description of this video. So anybody who watches the video and goes in the description can have access to the slides. That's what I did with the one Muse sent.
Now, photographer, where lies your tax obligations? When you're charging clients for services and you're making purchases. You remember I said this. Let me take you through this scenario, and then we should be done. Enough for the day.
I hope it won't be it won't take up because we have exhausted the 2 hours.
2 minutes. Just
2 minutes. Okay. Because I would want us to go through this particular slide like in another session.
Yeah, I'm tired.
You get it? No, another session. Because this is very, very important. I would want us to do this particular one like in another session. So please keep it in the freezer. Okay? Yeah, keep it in the freezer. So now let's talk about the donation. So as you guys are aware, this will be the last session, live discussion for this month, because we've exhausted 20 free hours from StreamYard. So for us to be able to continue doing this, we need to pay $25, which is about 150 Ghana cedis. So yesterday I put it out to you guys that if we want, every month $25. So if you pay yearly, it will be $20. There's a discount if you pay for a whole year, $20. But if you are paying monthly, it's $25. So that's 150 Ghana cedis. So if you can get, let's say, 10 people giving out 20 cedis each, we are done. If we get, if I don't know the breakdown, but if this thing, one person can decide, okay, I'm going to sponsor it, $25. I can do it by myself, but I need to know how committed you guys are. Are you really cherishing what we are doing here? So that's why we are putting out this exercise. So we are taking out contributions. Now, Loretta will be in charge of the contribute. I want it to be a fair thing. I don't want to be like I've chopped people's money. So Loretta will be in charge of the contributions. See, Laurie Lawson, please make yourself known. So you guys can get in touch with Loretta and then make your contribution. If we get 10 people giving out 20 cedis each, Charlie, we are done. And then, so this will be the last live discussion session for the month. It renews every 4th of the month. We've already exhausted this one. This is our last session for this month. So please, if you need to make your contribution, just get in touch with Laurie. If you can't get in touch with Laurie Lawson, just get in touch with myself. I don't know if I should put out my Momo number here for Loretta. What do you think? Should I put my Momo number here so they can do the contribution, or raise your hand if you're sponsored? Okay, so if you're sponsored, no, we can either here, or I don't want to give them pressure, so we can do it behind the scenes. But until 4th of next month, that means that's if we don't renew, if you don't buy the account, if you don't renew it, we can't do this live discussion until 4th of next month. So if you want us to continue doing this, then we need to contribute for the 150 cedis so we can buy an account. Once we buy the account, this powered by StreamYard logo can be taken off. We can put our own logo there and all that, which we are working on, designing our own logo. We are looking at a name that we are going to use for our community and all that. So guys, we are taking contributions. If you want to contribute, please get in touch with Laurie Lawson and then make the contribution. Or if you want to send it to me, no problem. Janet, welcome. I think this is your first time chatting here. Welcome to you. Models Hub, are you saying you will sponsor? If you will sponsor, then just raise your hand or get in touch with Laurie or myself. Okay, so let me just drop my Momo number here. All right, so that's the Momo. It's MTN. The name on it is Michael. So if you want to drop your coins, 10 cedis, 20 cedis, you can even borrow and say you're sponsoring the whole thing. It's 150 cedis for a month. So if you want to sponsor the whole thing, that's my Momo number. You can drop it. If you drop it today, tomorrow, I'm buying it. We'll continue. We can have our everyday discussion. There are more people who want to be on the panel, but now that we've exhausted our thing, yes. So you can just, once you send it, alert Laurie Lawson that this is my name. I've sent so and so amount, and then we'll record it down. Yes. So I've dropped my Momo number. That's it. All right, so that's the full detail. 0244171236. Michael Aya. So once you send it, please text me or Laurie and then give your details so that we'll have a record. Once we get the 150, we stop. Then we start looking at next month. If you think you can just take the cost, the 150 by yourself, and then sponsor it, no problem. You can go ahead and then do that. But for now, our session has ended. We will continue tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so that you get notified anytime we go live, so that I don't have to be going around sending it in our WhatsApp groups. But I think I disappeared. Oh, I don't know what happened, but I disappeared. So Catalyst, I think something went wrong, but that's the link. So you can join again. Yes, if you want to join, but you're not in Ghana, I think there are other ways of sending money from outside. From Cameroon, I don't know how. Catalyst, I've sent the StreamYard link again so you can join. I don't know what happened, but my thing just went off like that. If you want to join from outside, I don't know ways of sending. If there's a way you can send mobile money from outside, I know UK and all those, you can use World Remit. Okay, so Kweku Wilson says you can use Wave or World Remit. So yes, Roland, you can use that. Yes, Seller, get ready. Your session is coming. Your one-on-one session is coming. So get ready. So guys, for us to get people like Seller, I know Wilson has a lot to share. And then Roland from Cameroon will also have lots to share. So for those of you who would want to see all these great guys on, we need to come together and then contribute and get the StreamYard account where we have unlimited access. We can have 3 sessions a day, as much as we want, unlimited. With this particular one, it's limited to 20 hours. So let's come together, create the community and enjoy. You get it? Selah, as I said, your session is coming. One-on-one. We have all these people, all these great guys backstage. I have more requests, people who want to come on and just come and share with you guys. So let's do the contribution and then get back on here. Models Hub says we will give a PayPal account for you to donate. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, we'll create a PayPal account. If you're not in Ghana, you can send with Wave or World Remit. Yes. So guys, Catalyst, are you still there or you vanished? If you're still there, join using the link. Okay, so yes, Loretta, I say you can send through Wave or World Remit using the same number I provided, the details. T-Flex, we are looking at raising for the monthly fee is 150 Ghana. So we are looking at this first month. So if we get for this month, then we start looking at the next month. You get it? But then our immediate attention is on this month. We receive money sent through World Remit, but we can't send from Cameroon. But nevertheless, yes, just like in Ghana, we can't send using there's like almost impossible. It's almost impossible to send money out of Ghana except through bank. Send Wave. Oh, okay, send Wave. I don't know how that is done, but Catalyst, have you disappeared? Okay, I think Catalyst has disappeared. So he has ended his session. So his session hasn't, like ended. We will still need to finish with the tax thingy. Charlie, today it's been this. I'm even having headache already. Tax matters. You need the experts to do that. That's why I haven't spoken much today. Laurie, please would take me through today's lesson as I missed most of the session. Yes, you can get in touch with her. She will take you through. So officially, this session has ended. Now we are just discussing the contribution. So if you want to contribute, let me see if I can copy the details and place them again once more. Then we can go off. Let me copy and then paste. Wilson, don't worry. It's not compulsory, but just in the spirit of togetherness, vacation video, just in the spirit of togetherness. That's why we want to do this. So we see how committed how you guys appreciate what we are doing. These guys that come on here, forget about me. These other guys, especially Catalyst, Amma and Joey, Selah, all these people that come on, they all have things doing, but they leave them, spare 2 hours of their night. By now they should be sleeping or snoring something, but then they spare 2 hours of their night to come here and then take us through things that otherwise we would have paid to gain access to. So this is just, our own way of saying, okay, we appreciate what you're doing. So we are contributing to get more, time so you can come on and teach us. So yes, you are the shy types, I say. Sure, don't 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 worry. With you, some of you will ask you questions. Someone like Selassie will ask him questions. Well, I think the paper will do more better if by tomorrow I don't succeed to send my own. No problem. So this is a wake up call to us also. I'll try and get a PayPal account so that all these things will be easier. So guys, the session has ended. Sela, I didn't know you were in the background like that too. Don't worry, we'll have your one-on-one session. So guys, we have ended tonight's session. Keep your contributions coming. When you contribute, just let me know or let Laurie know. If there is anything, any other way you can support, just let us know backstage. So it's been a successful session. We'll be back. I might be doing live shoots, but for the live discussion, it will be on hold for now until 4th of next month or until we have enough funds to buy the pro account so we can come back here. So guys, enjoy your night and we'll meet again. Salah will come and shock you. Oh, Salah Mom, dear, God of light, light master. He has all that. So shocking there, he will shock us. Okay, so my session has ended. I'm going to take off my camera and my mic so we can continue typing for like some 2 minutes. Then I'll end it. Oh, Laurie, you have a PayPal account. How come I don't have? In fact, hold on. I'm coming to worry your life. All right, so let me turn off my video. Hey, how come you guys all have PayPal accounts and I don't have one? Wow. Let me disturb you to your life. How come I don't have? Why am I the only one who doesn't have a PayPal account? Okay, so Roland says, since I started to watch late, I need to start all over again before I go to bed. Yes, Roland, you need to watch it over. Create a PayPal account and let me know. All right, so I will create a PayPal. I think it's not easy creating one, but we'll do that. So Amma, right after this session, we are creating a PayPal account for me. I thought I said I was turning off my mic. Okay, turn off the lights. Off. Then is that what you asking me? Yes, that's what I'm asking you. How come I don't have one? So yes, I'm turning off